And that brings us to the tail of the tape.
Stylistically, they match up perfectly, and physically, they match up almost perfectly. The only number to look at is Brandon Rios had a little bit of a problem making the 135-pound weight limit. They had to take his trunks off at the weigh-in to do it, and of course, we know he's planning on moving up to 140. So, just the back of your mind, we'll keep that tucked away. That maybe there was some trouble making the weight. We don't know for sure.
And the rules for tonight's title fight.
Slightly different from our previous rules. These are championship rules, no standing eight. Now, if you're knocked down rule, the referee or doctor can stop the fight. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. And if the fight is to be official and go to the scorecards after a clash of heads or something else that would cause the fight to be stopped, they must complete 4 rounds.
So here we go, our main event. Let's go inside the ring for the official introductions with the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Home Depot Center here in Carson, California for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Top Rank Incorporated in association with Tecate Con Carácter and Showtime. This bout is sanctioned by the World Boxing Association, the President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Bob Mack, along with the California State Athletic Commission. The chairman is John Frierson, Executive Officer George Dodd. Our physicians at ringside, Dr. Perlman Hicks and Dr. Richard Castagnon. Timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, John Lichty and Mike North. Introducing our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside, all from the state of California, Kermit Bayless, David Dinkin, and Steve English. And introducing our referee in charge of this bout, he'll be giving instructions after the introductions, David Mendoza. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Lightweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the Home Depot Center in Carson, California, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks from Maywood, California. He represents his heritage of Namiquipa, Chihuahua, Mexico. He weighed in at 134 3/4 pounds. His record stands at 28 wins, 2 losses, with 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former world title challenger and currently ranked the WBA number 12 lightweight contender, introducing Urbano Antillion. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing leopard trunks, fighting out of and representing his home of Oxnard, California. He weighed in at the lightweight limit of 135 pounds, undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 27 wins, no losses, 1 draw, and 19 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he is making the first defense of his title. Here is the undefeated WBA lightweight champion of the world, introducing Bam Bam Brandon Rios. And once again, a referee in charge now to give instructions, David Mendoza.
Gentlemen, we've gone over the rules and files. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. You got that? All right. Touch gloves. Return to your corner.
We're ready for our main event. Antillion versus Rios. And yesterday in our meeting, Antillion was very interesting. He said, I've dreamt of a world title my entire life, but if I win, where do I go? Meanwhile, Rios said, all my other fights have been against boxers. I've started slow, but Antillion comes forward. He will be there, and I will be at my best. Gus Johnson, Al Bernstein, Jim Gray from Carson, California, and we're ready for the WBA Lightweight Championship of the World.
What's fascinating about this fight, we're going to see it right from the beginning, they both fight men that go backwards against them because you have to go backwards against them. What will happen? And we're going to see it right here in round one. And they're both already landing big shots.
Both men working fast. Antillion saying, my jab is better than you think, especially after working with Abel Sanchez. When things get hot, I have to keep in mind that I've got to go back to it. It's going to set up everything.
The body work of Antillion already, and there's big left hooks from Rios. This thing has Corrales Castillo written all over it, I'm telling you.
Rios won the WBA world title in his last fight in Las Vegas on February 26th with a TKO in round 11 over Acosta. And in that fight, he started slowly.
He did, and in fact, Acosta had him hurt on several occasions. Right now in round one, the hand speed edge goes a little bit to Antillion, but Rios has landed some very big punches as well. Look at that left hook get in by Rios.
Rios also telling us that because Antillion likes to lean over, the uppercut is going to be big.
And he just landed one.
Antillion not answering back. Still talking, though, to Rios. Wanting to feel his power. Now the left hook right hand by Antillion. And he lands an uppercut. They're getting warm early, folks, here in Carson. With a minute to go in the first.
Rios needs just a little room to punch. What a round one, man.
Right hand, low blow by Rios.
Yeah, they complained about Antillion, but Rios has landed 2 or 3 low punches.
And he lands a 1-2, another uppercut, right uppercut, left uppercut. Look at his hands, he's letting them go. Now Antillion answers back with a right uppercut, digs to the body with the left hook. Nice work, first round, beautiful stuff. Antillion hitting Rios on the hip. That's a Julio Cesar Chavez move. Wow. And he's in attendance. Listen to the crowd. Ten seconds to go. Right hand, left hook, slicing through. And that's the end of the round.
Cool. Don't lose your head. Stay in close with your head, high hands, and move your chin down and move your head a little bit more, okay, when you throw punches, okay? Remember what I told you in the dressing room? If you throw first, he tries to just defend himself and block. Well, you did it, and that's the way you got to do it.
Antillion knows the uppercut is his Achilles heel getting hit with, and there's Rios landing a big uppercut and just missing with another one. And at the end of the round, with this crowd just on its feet already, Rios was able to land some very good combinations. Antillion would come back. Well, before that, Antillion had some great moments as well. That was a tremendous round for both men.
Antillion cut on the bridge of the nose in the first round. We start the second round for the WBA Lightweight Championship of the World. The champion is Brandon Rios in the leopard trunks. The challenger is Urbano Antillion in black. Antillion on December 4th lost unanimous decision to Humberto Soto for the championship. He's getting his second opportunity here. Nice left hook followed by a stiff jab. And now the jab working.
Rios wants just a little bit of room to work. Antillion needs to be fighting right off his chest. When Rios gets that room, he can land the right hand and some left hooks. Some blood already on the nose of Antillion, right on the bridge of the nose.
There's those uppercuts again, short uppercuts, just touching for Brandon Rios. Left hook blocked. Double left hook by Antillion.
And one of the things that Brandon Rios showed us in the Acosta fight, there's a nice uppercut by Antillion, is the fact that he has more defensive skills than some people give him credit for. And some of those left hooks by Antillion are not getting there.
A lot of trash talking by Brandon Rios coming into this fight.
He initiated really most of it. I think he does that to fuel himself, or maybe he's trying to intimidate, I don't know. But right now, he is banging away on Antillion, and Antillion's got to get through these early rounds. Remember, Antillion had these issues against Soto early in the fight, but was able to come back. And Antillion is ripping some left hooks downstairs.
And that should pay dividends later on in the fight. Now both fighters going back to their jabs. Left hook by Rios as he steps off. Rios doing a nice job turning Antillion. Now Antillion, right hand to the body, slices with the right uppercut. 1-2 landing by Rios. This has an old school feel to it, Al Bernstein.
And you know, both men are doing good work on the inside. It's wrong to say they're just brawlers. They're showing some good technique as well. Not so much on defense, but on offense.
This kind of fighting is what makes us fall in love with boxing.
Absolutely. And I mentioned Castillo-Corrales. It's just like that. They're on the inside, ripping punches, not taking a step back, and working the body and the head.
And no holding as well.
Absolutely. Oh, nice right by Antillion.
Wow. Double left hook.
Oh, man.
Rios comes back with the left hook to the body and exchange jab. And what a smile.
He hurt Rios with that right hand, and that gave Antillion some power there.
And that's Vicky Rios, Brandon's wife. According to Brandon Rios, Antillion insulted his wife during the press conference, and that's why the trash talking became so vicious.
You got to finish strong in the last 10 seconds. When you hear it, you got to throw punches. Remember,
the early part of that round was very impressive for Brandon Rios. Again, what else? The uppercuts. That's when Antillion gets hit with, and he kept throwing them. But you have to do a lot to discourage Urbano Antillion, and he came back with his own uppercut and landed some very good shots that I think hurt Rios. At the end of the round here, I think Brandon Rios was stunned by a couple of these punches. And I think Antillion felt it. Look at him kind of wobble back. And then the body shot. And that was when Antillion started some trash talking. So, not a very exciting start, huh?
Brandon Rios, the WBA lightweight champion in the leopard trunks. And the challenger, Urbano Antillion.
Oh, man!
At the beginning of the third. Rios jumping on him. Uppercut. Antillion trying to clear his head.
And it happened early in the round. Here comes Antillion back.
Left hook. Another left hook. Double left hooks. Antillion backing up into the corner. Rios trying to close in.
Antillion is not a boxer by any stretch, so he can't really use the ring. But man, he's landing some shots against Rios. Is a key figure in this fight. He's going to have to keep a cool head about him here.
Antillion still leaning over. He took a left hook and a right hand. Now he's tying up Rios.
When Antillion holds on, which he never does, you know he's got to be in some trouble. And it's a countdown to get through this round.
Rios digging behind the elbow. Short left hook. He rolls. Antillion with the left hook and a left uppercut himself. Oh, now Antillion going low. He hit him below the belt, but Rios fights right through it. And the fans start chanting Rios. Cracking left hook. Right hand has staggered him. And Antillion is down for the second time in the round. He's in trouble. Gets up at 8. 35 seconds left. Can Rios finish him? Blood on the bridge of the nose. His hands down. In trouble. On his toes. Trying to tie up Rios. 17 seconds. Wobbling. Rios. And that's it. That's it. Brandon Rios. Electric. I tell you what, Al Bernstein, fights like this, boxers that give and take like this, will bring this sport back to what it used to be.
You won't see more action packed into a shorter period of time. That's Antonio Margarito, a stablemate. What a disappointment for Urbano Antillion, who certainly gave every effort in this fight, but the power of Rios is amazing. And you know, Rios said it. The question is, who will be able to take the big shots? They both got hit well, and now we have the moment of Rios showing some respect for Urbano Antillion, and we're glad to see that.
What a night for Brandon Rios as he successfully defends his WBA lightweight championship for the first time. And with that in mind, speaking of champions, don't forget this Wednesday, in collaboration with Major League Baseball, Showtime presents the premiere of The Franchise, a season with the San Francisco Giants. Here's a look.
The Giants are world champions.
The Franchise, a season with the San Francisco Giants, only on Showtime.
Brandon Rios improves his record to 28-0-1, recording his 20th KO. As we take a look out at the punch stats, a lot of power punches in this short fight.
And you know, it's interesting, Antillion landing a few more power punches, but the ones that Rios landed were more powerful. And when he got the room to punch, Rios out jabbing Antillion and throwing more combinations. And I think at the end of the day, that room to punch and the fact that Rios was able to unload his big power punches with a little more leverage was what did in Urbano Antillion.
So let's go back and take a look at the first knockdown.
Well, this is what changed what was a very competitive fight. This right hand, a nice short right hand, that changed this fight. The fight was being fought on relatively even terms at that point. And then after Antillion had kind of climbed back in a little bit, this right hand did him in. And the fight would be stopped after Antillion got up, but then he wobbled. And we take a look at it, these right hands by Rios. He's got tremendous power in that punch. It's a game changer. And when you punch like that and you have a chin like Rios has, it is very difficult to beat this man. And we'll see how the stoppage happened, because Antillion was wobbling. And Rios realized it, and this is where Antillion was in big trouble, and David Mendoza saw that and decided, even with just a few seconds left in the round, that Antillion could be defenseless.
Was that a good stoppage?
I think it was, yeah. I think at that juncture, even with the minute coming up for a respite, when a fighter wobbles like that, I don't think you can make a case against it, and Antillion and his corner did not make a case against it.
All right, let's go inside the ring for the official decision with our Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes 49 seconds in round number 3. Our referee in charge, David Mendoza, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of knockout. He is still undefeated and still the WBA lightweight champion of the world, Bam Bam Brandon Rios.
Al, are we looking at one of boxing's next big stars?
We could well be, for a very simple reason. His style is electric. And because he wants to stand in front and fight people, he will take punches, as he took against Miguel Acosta, as he did tonight against Urbano Antillion. But he has a remarkable chin, great resilience, and he has plenty of power.
And standing by with both fighters are Jim Gray.
All right, Gus, thank you very much. Brandon, congratulations. You said going into the fight it was going to be the guy who could take the best punch. And that's what it turned out to be. You're some kind of prognosticator. That was some kind of fight.
Well, you know, Urbano's a tough warrior, but I think I'm just more tougher and younger and ready to go up to the greatness. Urbano gave me a hell of a shots, good shots for the couple rounds I had, but you know what, the bigger guy came out victorious and the stronger guy came out.
Were you surprised that you caught him with that right hand that knocked him down in the third round, the first knockdown?
No, like I was turning, but you know, I got power in both hands. It's not just my jab, not just my hook, everybody think I have, but I have power in both hands. And that was the game plan. You know, we was going into the gym, we practiced a lot of stuff. We seen Urbano last fight, which it was tough, but we seen a lot of mistakes he was doing. So we just followed the instruction of the corner in the gym, and we just did everything we had to do.
What lit the fire so brightly in you this evening? You had been annoyed with him in all of the pre-fight comments that you interpreted about your wife. Was that all hype, or was that something that you really felt and you took it into the ring?
I felt it, and I took it in the ring. I told him that he think I've never been tested, but I told him if he don't think I've been tested, if he thinks I'm easy, he got something else coming. And I told him I know what I can bring to the table, I know what I can't, and I knew I can just take him out there and destroy him like I did. And I thought, you know, actually I gave him the later rounds. I thought it was going to be maybe 10, 11, 12, but unfortunately I got him out earlier.
Brandon, stand by. We're going to talk to you about what's coming up next. Let's check in here with Urbano. How are you? Did you feel as though the fight should be stopped?
Of course, you know, I have that mentality of a warrior, you know, and no, it shouldn't have been stopped. I mean, I'm the type that literally, I don't know if my Mexican thing, but I would literally, you know, in other words, I would bring my lady rest in the ring, you know, and that's how it is. But you know what, the referee did his job, and you can't go against him, and I respect his job.
What happened in that third round? It seemed like you were caught 2 times by a right hand. I don't know if you'll be able to recall it right now. We can put it up on the monitor.
Yeah.
Tell us what happened when you got caught by this first right hand that led you to be knocked down.
Okay, well, I need to see it, and let me see.
Were you able to see it?
Oh, well, I was getting ready to throw my right hand too, and he just landed before his. I guess it was a little short, and it was there on the money. So what are you going to do? You know, it was that type of fight where either one, we both possess power, and you know what, he caught me. What are you going to do? I mean, I tried to get up and continue the fight and hold on and whatnot, but the referee, like I said, the referee did his job and called it off, and you know, it didn't go on my side, but oh well.
Urbano, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We just saw the knockdown and the knockout. What are you going to do next? Are you going to stay at this weight, go up to 140? Would you like Barrera? What's your thought process?
Anybody at 135, anybody out there, the best. I'm ready for anybody at 135. Whoever Robert and Cameron and Bob, whoever they put in my way, I'm ready for it. If nobody at 135 wants me,
who do you want though?
Barrera, whoever, the biggest name out there at 135 right now. Whoever.
Can you make Barrera, Bob?
Yeah, well, I'd love to make Barrera. Look, this kid is proving one fight after another that he is an emerging superstar in the sport of boxing. And ultimately the goal is sometime maybe 2013 when he's ready to put him in with Manny, because he is the one guy I think has to put on a little bit more weight, a little bit more experience at a higher weight, but he's the one guy that can match Manny for speed and ferocity.
What do you think about hearing that?
You know, it'd be a dream come true. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, keep training hard, and keep focused and keep going what I want and accomplish in boxing. And then Bob Arum and Cameron and Robert, that's their job. If they make it happen, it's happening. My job is to train, and I'll be ready for anybody out there.
Bob, thank you. Brandon, congratulations.
Hey, thank you. I'd like to say to my kids, Layla Marcus in Garden City, Kansas, I love you. To everybody out there in Garden City, Kansas, I love you guys. Oxnard, my wife, Vicky, and my newborn baby, she's not newborn, 7 months. I love you guys. Thank you very much.
And they got them all in. Back to you, Gus.